1. The Blast currently in a big tie there in 4th place with 33 points. They're matched up with Empire and Milwaukee right now in the standings. Ahead of them, Kansas City, San Diego, and Chihuahua. Only one other game taking place tonight. Dallas against the Texas Outlaws. Last night had a few games in the MASL. San Diego over St. Louis 6-3. Chihuahua beat Kansas City 9-4. And Empire Strikers over Tacoma 7-6 as we get soon ready here for a ceremony honoring one of the longtime Heat players here in recent times, Danny DePrima, who played both for the Harrisburg City Islanders outdoor and indoor here with the Harrisburg Heat. Danny DePrima, a Dillsburg native, Northern York High School. And Danny DePrima, team captain the last couple years. And he was certainly missed this season. Might have been the difference in some of those games where the Heat lost by a goal or gave up games late. Solid leader in the locker room, on the field, hard worker. And Danny DePrima. Out there being honored by the Harrisburg Heat. We don't have a feed hookup to any microphone comments from Carl, the owner, or from Danny. But we'll see if we can hear anything that he might say here. Just a little hard to hear him. Thanking all the staff of Harrisburg. By the way, the Harrisburg Heat tonight are wearing their St. Patrick's Day jerseys, which will be auctioned off online. So those of you right now watching can go to the Live Source app until 8:35. Or go to the Facebook page of the Harrisburg Heat and get the link there. You can bid on the St. Patrick's Day jerseys on Live Source. And you'll be able to have it shipped to you. Some nice comments here by Danny DePrima thanking the fans and the organization for his support over the years, and his teammates certainly miss him. And he was a fine outdoor player, and then transitioned after the City Islanders went out of business into the indoor game. Well, those jerseys are now up for auction. I believe the minimum starting bid is $80. So get the Live Source app or go to the Harrisburg Heat's Facebook page, and you'll get that link to start bidding on these. You can see them there, the dark green and black St. Patrick's Day Harrisburg Heat jerseys. You'll get them signed. They'll come nice and sweaty to you if the player that you bid on, if you get their jersey, they're not going to wash it. You're getting the jersey itself. So go on and start bidding on those jerseys, okay? And we thank you for that. We want to thank Ord Signs, the official sign sponsor of the Heat. Fremont Mortgage, 32 years. Fremont's been an industry leader in the service and education of mortgages, offering both residential and commercial financing. So don't make that 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Choose wisely and call Fremont. Fremont's growing. If you're a branch, team, or individual looking for a better opportunity, you can email them at info@freedmont.com. They are NMLS 1846. Well, the Blast have won their 5 meetings here with the Heat this season. Hugo Silva will be starting in net for the Harrisburg Heat. He's 2-13-1 with a 7.39 goals against average. Starting for the Baltimore Blast in net will be Julian Rodriguez. He is 6-2-1 with a 4.39 goals against average. Here's Hugo. He's wearing the orange keeper jersey tonight. And the Heat wearing the black and dark green. Baltimore in the white. The Heat are going from our right to left on MASL TV. One of the trades this week. Riley Urey being sent to St. Louis, and the Heat get Jeremy Raley, a former Baltimore Blast player. And in fact, the Heat have signed him now for next year. It was a great move because the Heat only had the rights to Urey till the end of the year. It's Gamino taking it down in the corner. I should say the end of the season. So now in return, they get a quality player who's a veteran, who's been around and knows a lot of his teammates quite well in Raley. Here's a shot. Oh! Harris tickles the twine. The Heat jump out to a 1-0 lead. Malcolm Harris. Time of the goal, 1 minute and 6 seconds of the first. Harris, nice move from the right side after getting the pass from Dominic Francis. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Heat. 7th goal of the season for Malcolm Harris. Silva will send it all the way down to the right side. Also, getting Jeremy Raley in helps free up Mike DeSilva a little bit more to go up front. The teams are still battling down the corner, and this time Rodriguez will grab on. Baltimore's getting some good play out of both their keepers this season. Zierhofer's got a 5-2 record. Rodriguez 6-2. Ball hits the ceiling for a superstructure. It will be Harrisburg's ball. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League, established in 1817. MITRE is the leading soccer brand worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Comes the restart for the Heat. Center point of the yellow line. All played to the left side, knocked off the boards. Still loose down the corner. Comes right back out to Raley, and now Harris will dump it back down in. Takes that weird high bounce and a bicycle kick hit just underneath the crossbar. Dos Santos, are they giving it a goal? They do. This may get a video review. They're going to review this one. Adriano Dos Santos. They've got to check this one out. It's a goal. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Let's watch this one again. Goes up, takes that weird bounce off the boards, and the bicycle kick. Dos Santos. When it hit underneath, when it hits underneath on the challenge now, they want to see this again. Does it cross the line is the question. It hits underneath, that's not a goal. So there it is. Hits underneath, but where did it drop? That angle, it's hard to tell if it dropped behind the white line. This one will tell us a little bit better from the end zone. Let's see where it drops when it hits the crossbar. Bam, and then, boy, it sure did look like it dropped behind it. Remember, the ball has to completely cross the goal line. And that's the question the officials have got to determine. Did it completely cross when it went down and hit the surface? And we don't have a camera right over top of it, and it is a goal. Yeah, I thought it hit just behind the line, too. 2-0 Heat. Good angle there from our end zone camera. Able to see that one. So 2-0 Harrisburg, out to a very quick start. And a beautiful bicycle kick by Dos Santos. They gave Harris the assist on that. As we get a restart. Check for the information. Restart here for Baltimore. They'll dump it down into the corner. Look, the Heat have been notorious this season for blowing leads, unfortunately, and they had that one blown when they were down in Baltimore. Had a nice lead, and then the blast took it to them in the second half. So no lead is big enough when you're playing Baltimore, that's for sure. Blast with it on the near side. Thomas playing it to the middle. Sila trying to get it over the right side. Diego is trying to get the toe on it. 2-0 Heat. Hugo's going to toss it down the far side. Harris sends it down left side. Here's Francis trying to get it freed up. They'll play it back out of midfield. Near side, Dominic Francis. He'll chip it high in the air. He's trying to keep it alive down the corner, sending it around. And right there's Rodriguez to grab on. Baltimore getting challenged deep in the end zone. Who kicked it out here? I don't think the officials have made a determination. I think Anang did touch it as it went out. It will be Baltimore's ball. Are they giving it to Baltimore or are they giving it to Harrisburg? Are they going to have a drop ball? What's going on here? I don't think they know. If it went out off that side, then it should be a restart at the top of the arc for Harrisburg. If not, it should be Baltimore's ball. Now they're going to give it back to Harrisburg right there on the right wing, and Francis or Harris will restart it. Francis pulls the trigger wide. The ball cleared back outside the yellow. Baltimore quickly the other way. Raley getting back, guarding it 1 against 2, and taps it out to Francis. Dominic Francis down along the near boards. Long shot goes wide right. Comes out to Ozzie Anang. All the way back to Raley on the near side. Hugo almost gave it away. Ball played down to Panton. Takes it down into the corner, but Rodriguez is able to scoop it up. Heat back on it. No Favilla. Trying to help out Hugo back there. Able to come away with it, and he'll run it out of traffic. Tapping it forward to Panton, who moves in at the top. Saved by Rodriguez. Over to the far side, the Heat keep it alive again. Now the Heat are swarming so far in this contest. Now they can just keep that up all 4 quarters. Put a full game together. Here's Camino, sending it down to the left corner, trying to get it down for Shear. Foul whistled against Shear. It'll be a free kick. As former Heat player Elton de Oliveira got knocked down. Seeing a lot of former Heat and Blast players against each other in this game tonight. Look at Rayleigh and Shear and Dos Santos. De Oliveira's out there. I think Harris. Just keep mentioning a few. Patrick Thompson. These guys know each other well. Ball sent down onto Hugo. And cleared back out of midfield. All the way back to Rodriguez. Sent down along the near side. Enrique trying to get to it. They'll leave it at the right point for Silva, who sends it back out for Thompson. Now Sila on it, sending it forward. Poked away by Francis. Quick run down the near side, but too far for Wright to get to it. Sila, just outside his yellow. Ball dumped down to the far side. That's Pacheco there with Sila. Along the near side, Jesus Pacheco. Back at midfield, Elton. At center circle, he'll dump it down to the right side. Who's down in the corner? Villegas looking for a give and go shot and a fingertip save by Hugo. Just enough to deflect it just wide of that left post. Comes another run again for Baltimore. Pacheco again down in the corner, sends it around the boards. Kicked back out by Dos Santos. Our side, the Heat battle for it. Anang got knocked down. Blast keep control. John Wilsbach with you midway through this first quarter. Harrisburg leading the Blast 2-0. Silva, right wing, sends it to the top shot. Save again by Hugo. This time he robs Porch. He'd bring it the other way, right to left. Camino sending it down into the left corner. Tavernese got a little bit of it, not a lot. Rodriguez sends it back out. Thomas on it. And don't forget, MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more at MASLsoccer.com. Here's Patrick Thompson. Down into the right wing. He'll play it back out of midfield. We'll get the foul on the Heat for holding. Thompson, a Virginia native. He was here in Harrisburg a few seasons back. Restart coming up for the Blast. But the Heat lead it 2-0. Sila will restart. He's got Pacheco out there at the point. Elton, center point. And Sila will leave it, and the shot goes wide left by Pacheco. All the way back to Elton at midfield. Pacheco again near side. Pacheco. Now Sila dumps it down for Elton right side. Bumped off the play by Harris. Comes back out to the yellow and clear to midfield. Harris trying to chase it down, but it goes to Rodriguez. Silo with it. He'll send it back into his own zone, and Pacheco will look to get it out. Nice job by Favela getting it over to Tavernisi. Pacheco will send it back out of midfield. Silo with it once again. Our side trying to move it up is Silva. Heat come up with it though, and Panton plays it back towards his zone. Hugo up the middle. Panton dangerously couldn't connect, and the ball shot just wide left. Opportunity there for Dieguez. Panton now will clear it. Matthew Silva called for the foul. Free kick for the Heat. Restart coming up at the right point. Silva just kind of stepping over Scherer. It'll be a restart right side. Harris. He's got Gamino out front. He's got Kerstetter on the backside. Rodriguez deflects it out of play, and we'll take a break. 5:16 to go in the first. 2-0 Harrisburg leading the Blast. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Now, Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more. Try it yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Now we restart things, and quickly Baltimore back the other way, right side, and Hugo making a nice save on Chatporch. But it'll be a kick in coming up here on the right side for Baltimore. They'll play it for Elton. His shot is blocked by Tavernisi. So playing it up the middle for Baltimore. Francis comes up with it, takes it over to the far side. Now he'll play it back to Gamino, who kicks it out of play from midfield. Don't forget about the jersey auction. I'll keep mentioning it all night till they shut it down. Harrisburg Heat jersey auction. Those jerseys you see the Heat playing with tonight, all up for auction. Let's get the Live Source app or get the link from Facebook. Baltimore back in their own end. Kerstetter battling along the boards. Double team, keeps possession, and Rodriguez grabs on. If you go to maslsoccer.com, nice little feature. Michael Lewis did a nice story there on Brad Kerstetter, playing with his Heat team for a long time now, and being a local guy from Halifax. Go to MASL Soccer and check that out. Always great to see Michael Lewis. He's covered stories of the Heat since back in the original first year of 91, 92. At midfield, Camino, Panton, Sila. He lead it 2-0. Here comes Patrick Thompson. Shot just wide left. I'll tell you that Hugo just knows just how far down there he needs to dive to have those fingertips in line with a shot that's aiming for the post. 3:23 to go here in the first. Here's Ozzie Anang, double team, loses it. Thompson on it again, sending it down the near side. Dieguez. And now Hugo grabbing on. He'll put it down for Brad Kerstetter. Brad dumping it down for Ozzie Anang. Ozzie plays it back out of midfield. Anang sending it out for Wright. Around the boards. Baltimore trying to clear it out. Gets free for Tavernese. Rodriguez able to stuff it though. He may have gotten injured there on that. That appears to be okay. Here's Pacheco sending it down along the near side. Matthias Silva over to the far side. All sent into the Heat zone, and we'll get the foul whistled against the Heat. 1:51 to go in the first, 2-0 in favor of Harrisburg. Goals from Harris and Dos Santos. There's a shot from outside that goes up and out of play. Frank's Marble and Granite, longtime Heat supporters. Over 30 years helping people improve their homes with granite, quartz, and marble. No other company can match their service, quality, or reputation. Everything's done in Pennsylvania. Frank's Marble and Granite, the best in the biz. Foul on Baltimore. Free kick coming up for the Heat. Dos Santos playing it down to the right corner. Ball sent back out of midfield. Raley sending it down for Shear. Dos Santos, Shear, give and go. Dos Santos trying to get to it. Went down. They call only a foul just outside the box. Adriano Dos Santos, big bicycle kick goal here in this quarter to give the Heat a 2-0 lead. And now look at this restart. Right at the top corner of the box, Harris has Tavernese left and Francis' shot is blocked by that wall. Ooh, that stings when you're in that wall. And then we get a pushing foul against the Heat. And Pat Healy throws a red challenge flag. Wants to see how flagrant this foul is, and we'll take a look at it too. Fans go to Live Source app till 8:35. They're auctioning off. Oh, they're calling for the handball. Okay. Let's see here. Here's the blast by Francis. Everyone kind of turning out of the way. All bounces back. If they're calling for it here, I don't see a handball there. That's what Francis was calling for. I think he's looking at Elton. Elton turned his body. Didn't move the arm out to stop it or anything. I don't think I don't know if that hit his hand or not. I thought it just hit his arm. It's a little tough to tell. But it's got to be convincing, or they're not going to change their minds. Let's see what they decide here. Nope. No handball. So that's what the check was for. I didn't even think of it when Francis made that shot. I didn't even think at that point that there was a handball there. I thought everyone just kind of stood their ground, twisted a little bit, got crunched, but incidental contact if it was on Elton, but I think the officials are making a good call here. Now the Heat will restart things from outside the yellow. It'll be Harris out there with Francis and Kerstetter. Long blast saved by Rodriguez. And Harris put some zip on that at the right altitude. So now we'll get a corner kick coming up for the Heat. They'll do it from the near corner. Harris has Tavernisi and Francis. Also Mike De Silva. He'll charge to the middle, but a nice block. And then Francis puts it up and out of play. But don't forget the Heat score 4 promotion. The Heat score 4 or more goals in tonight's game. Use the code HEAT4 the next day at PapaJohns.com, Papa John's app, and save 40% off of your pizza order. That's the Heat 4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order when the Heat score 4. Well, they're halfway there. It's 2-0 with under a minute to go. Here in the first, we'll get the foul whistled on Matthew Silva. Heat with a near side. Avila all the way back to Hugo. Hugo dumping it down the corner and cleared back out. Back the other way comes Porch. Hits off the official. Nothing he can do. Puts his arm out there. Might get a delay of game warning here. The ball was sent back down into the corner. It'll be a restart in the neutral zone. With 38 seconds to go here in the first. Matthew Silva sending it back. On the near side, Thomas. Matthew sends it back down into the corner. Ball played opposite side by Diego, still loose. Over on the left side, comes back out. Matthews sends it down just wide of that post again. Hugo had to knock it to the side. 7 seconds to go. Ozzie trying to clear it out. Baltimore, one last chance here as time expires in the first. We have played one. It's the Harrisburg Heat 2, the Baltimore Blast nothing. Second quarter coming up. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Fremont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Fremont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at freedontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Welcome back. After one, it's 2-0 in favor of the Heat. This was the a tighter look at that handball that the Heat wanted on Elton on that restart. Francis with a blast, and you can see Elton come over. And it was hard for us to see it at regular screen, but as you come in closer, boy, it does look like that may have hit that hand there. He got away with one. Yeah. It's got to be convincing. It's got to be overwhelming for the officials to make that call. And I guess from what they could see on their replay, it just wasn't enough to overturn. So that's where we get the 2-0. John Wills back with you. Glad to have you along. The Heat leading Baltimore. Goals from Malcolm Harris, his 7th, and Adriano Dos Santos, his 2nd. The Heat outshot Baltimore 7-5 in that first quarter. Only one other game going on. That's going to be Dallas at Texas. Should be underway here real soon for them. And keep in mind, we're turning the clocks ahead 1 hour tonight. So Baltimore is going from our right to left on the near side. Juan Pereira sends it to the far side, and Pereira got knocked down. Foul on the Heat, free kick Baltimore. There's Jeremy Raley, former Blast player, now a member of the Harrisburg Heat. Dos Santos, too. He brings it out the back. Falls down. Still kicking at it. Baltimore comes up with it. They'll move in right side. Shot blocked by Francis. Hugo comes over to help out. And Baltimore sets up again. The Heat able to hold Baltimore scoreless in that first. Ball sent down into the corner. Heat trying to get it out. And Francis being tugged, yanked, got it out, but lost possession. Near side, Pereira. Anthony Silva leaving it behind him. Jesus Pacheco moving it forward. He's going to dump it down into the corner. Looking for Frater, took that high bounce. Hugo on it. Hit ball in midfield, moved forward by Porch. Couple bodies tangling up, it'll be a foul on the Harrisburg Heat. Well, new sponsor for the Heat, True Self Tattoo. Thinking of a tattoo? Well, the Heat players go to True Self Tattoo for pro service. Welcome them aboard. And we get another foul whistled, this time against Baltimore. Perry down there doing some battling. Watch him here. A little pushing, shoving, and yanking going on between him and Frater. Fans go to Live Source, the Live Source app, the Harrisburg Heat Facebook page. Get the link. Bid on these St. Patrick's Day Harrisburg Heat jerseys. They'll ship them to you. They'll sign them for you. They'll still have the original sweat on them. The jersey auction goes to 8:35 tonight. Restart coming up. Left side shot. That was blocked. Tavernisi able to clear it out. Pacheco in a foot race with Ozzie Anang to get to it. Rodriguez will clear it over to the far side. Baltimore deep in its own end with Porch trying to get it out. Ozzie comes up with it, sends it to the middle, but Rodriguez right there to grab on. He'll toss it up the middle, and Hugo comes all the way up to midfield, sends it forward, but Wright's pass is intercepted. Wright keeps a block on it, gets hit, gets free, left side shot, score! Wright stayed with it the whole way down, a lot of work, but it pays off for Anthony Wright. Watch Anthony Wright here. Just keep staying with it, going further and further. Time of the goal, 2:37. Anthony Wright, third of the season. What a great job done by him. Foul on the Heat. Free kick coming up here for Baltimore. 3-0 now. Ball sent in front. Hugo couldn't hold it. Last second attempt by Thompson went up and over. So the restart coming up. Ball played back to Rodriguez. He'll kick it high in the air. At midfield. pressure there on Enrique. Comes back out of midfield, and it'll be Baltimore's ball. .11:33 to go here in the second. Ignore the clock on our screen right now. Gonna call the foul on the Heat this time. That one against Perry. There we go, now we got it. 11-16. 3-0 Heat. Restart coming up here for Baltimore from the left wing. Ball played to the middle. It gets poked just wide. Comes back out. Sila puts it up. And out of play. Fans, don't forget you can have employee and client appreciation nights here with the Harrisburg Heat. Just contact Aubrey or Kevin. It's a great way to reward your team, your employees, your clients with discounted tickets, special events, and more with the Harrisburg Heat. Loose ball out front. Score! Second one for Anthony Wright. That ball was just left out there loose by the Blast. He gets his second goal in the last couple minutes. Time of this one, 3:57. Just a minute 20 after his last one. Anthony Wright, top left side of the box. Second of the game, fourth of the season. And that ball just popped over to that side. I think they'll give it to Francis on the assist. And the Harrisburg Heat now lead it 4-0, and that's the Heat scores for promotion. And we'll step out, 4-0 Heat. Well, you know what, we'll keep it right here. It'll give us a chance to play a little catch-up. Fans, don't forget to catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's game and discuss the league's hot topics. Don't forget you can get your authentic Heat gear, including jerseys, a Christian Pulisic hat, beanies, autographed balls, gift baskets, much more at the Heat merchandise stand. That's there at the top of the stairs at Section K here at the Equine Arena. And go to the Live Source app. Bid on those Harrisburg Heat jerseys. You'll be able to take it home tonight if you're here. If you're not, they'll ship it to you. And they'll have it signed for you. Harrisburg Heat jersey auction. You folks listening from the Baltimore Blast, well, maybe you want a Dos Santos or a Jeremy Raley jersey or a Harris jersey. Who knows? Some former Blast players, Shearer. Go on there and bid. Rodriguez sending it down to the right corner. The Heat are back home tomorrow night. It's a 5:05 start time against Utica City as we get the foul on the Heat's Kerstetter. Back-to-back home games here for the Harrisburg Heat. Heat getting 2 goals from Anthony Wright, 1 from Dos Santos, 1 from Harris. Restart comes out front for the Blast. Unfortunately, Porch was unable to pull the trigger. Matthias Silva will tap it left side. Thompson overlapping, gets to it. And the Heat, little tie-up down in between Hugo and Tavernician, and Tavernician has to make the block, but those two were both going for the ball at the same time, and Hugo gets helped up. Still keeping Baltimore out of the net thus far. Restart coming up here for the Blast. Sila over to the far side. Still holding on the far side, tapping it to the near side for Juan Pereira. They'll try moving it forward. They got bumped down before Dieguez would be able to pass it to him. Foul against the Heat. So the restart here, and Pacheco will send it to the far side. The Heat have outshot Baltimore 9-8 thus far. Here's Pereira moving in left side, and Ang on his side, able to bust it up a little bit. Panton trying to get it out. Comes out for Elton. He gets snuffed, and then he trips up a Heat player, Camino. It'll be a free kick for the Harrisburg Heat. Comprehensive Financial Associates, the official financial planner of the Heat. Both former and current players or clients, contact CFA for all your financials. We're going to get a delay warning. Bench warning on the Heat. So the restart coming up here for Hugo. 4-0 Harrisburg. This is after last week losing 12-4 down in Baltimore. Ball played all the way back at midfield. He trying to get it out. Shot wide, and Hugo able to grab on. Zach Perry was back there trying to help out. Rodriguez sends it one way, Perry back on it again. Sila. Midfield, Matthew Silva. All the way back comes Pacheco. Rodriguez dumps it up the middle. And again, Baltimore having a hard time moving it into the Heat zone right now. And when they do, the Heat are nice and tight, not allowing good quality shots. Out of midfield. Porch. Make that Pacheco. Last again being met near the yellow line. All sent around the boards. They're trying to get it in front to Patrick Thompson, who was hanging out there, but Heat are able to clear it out. Injured player down in the corner for the Harrisburg Heat. That'll give us a chance to take our break. 7:43 to go in the second. 4-0 Harrisburg leading the Baltimore Blast. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Back here at the Farmshow's Equine Arena, John Wilsbach with you. Harrisburg Heat with a 4-0 lead. They get Rodriguez out of position, and the Heat score from midfield. He was way out, and Ozzie Anang was like, hey, you're coming out that far? I'm setting it deep. He could not get back. It's 5-0 Heat. Well, the Blasts just don't seem to have their legs right now, not attacking, and the Heat are putting it all to them. Ozzie Anang, time of the goal, 7:36. Look at this, right in midfield, just one little chip, and Ozzie gets it. They give Kerstetter the assist, 5-0. Ozzie Anang, his third of the season. Baltimore on it again, dumping it down to the corner. Perry right there, he's battling along the boards, doing a great job at guarding it for Hugo, who's able to kick it back out to the point, and now Pereira has it. Pereira has it pop loose. Pereira goes down. They're going to call foul on Gamina, though. Hugo's trying to give him some advice. Pereira getting the crybaby boos from the Heat crowd on this side, claiming there's some blood there in the mouth. It'll be a restart coming up. Baltimore's not going to challenge that play at all. And now we've got another injured Baltimore player down. So they'll tend to that. With 6:36 to go, 5-0. Danny DePrima will be joining us for a few minutes here at halftime. We've got a lot to show you from the MASL, but a few minutes we get here at halftime. Danny DePrima, who was honored before the game, we'll have him on and chat with him a little bit. Wawa, they're here in Pennsylvania. Check them out, Wawa, near you. Man, they're opening up Wawas all over the place, aren't they? Great gas, great food, convenient locations. Find your nearest new Wawa right now. And also get that live source app. Bid on those St. Patrick's Day jerseys the Harrisburg Heat are wearing. And Dom Francis, our very own from England, he designed those cool jerseys. Bid today. They'll be signed, they'll be sweaty, they'll get shipped to you. The live source app. Bid until 8:35. So Pereira's going off the field. Do see some blood there coming out of the mouth. And we'll just restart things. Once he makes it back, cut the lip, cut the tongue, split something, who knows? I don't like seeing that. Get some ice on and get checked out by your trainer. Of course, Blast fans remember many years ago, well, not many years ago, but Game where, after the game, Pat Healy took a headbutt. Split open his head from a headbutt, an intentional headbutt. That was an ugly scene, which resulted in some major penalties against a player in the MASL. All right, Hugo's going to line it up. He'll toss it down the near side. Favilla sending it back. Francis. All the way down for Ozzie and Ang. Ang. There's always been some big battles over the years, dating back to the 90s between the Heat and Baltimore. Whether it was here in Harrisburg or down in Baltimore. Remember the big barn here in Harrisburg. Fight went all the way back into the locker rooms between these two teams. Some great history between Harrisburg and Baltimore. High level of competition. Love-hate relationships. Right now, the Heat lead at 5-0 with 5:44 to go in the second. Start coming up. Hugo here. Out of midfield, we're going to get a foul on Baltimore. Found out today that the new Capital Area Chapter, well, they're not new, but the newest induction class for the Capital Area Chapter of the PA Sports Hall of Fame. This year's incoming class will include former Harrisburg Heat head coach Jim Pollahan. He'll be inducted posthumously in June 14th, if I'm not mistaken, in Harrisburg at the Capital Area Chapter banquet. So just found that out here this afternoon. So congratulations to his family. We miss Jim a lot, not having him around after he passed away a couple years ago. They're on the right side. Baltimore with it, now back out midfield. Jim, of course, played and coached in Baltimore, too. He's a member of the U.S. National Outdoor Team many years ago. He'll be inducted in the Capital Area Chapter of the PA Sports Hall of Fame this summer. There's a steal by the Heat. Tavernisi able to get it out. And Nang, 1 against 5, decides to turn and play it back. Kerstetter up the far side for Harris. I have to think that Kerstetter someday will be getting in the Heat Hall of Fame, being here since the Heat resumed operations in 2012. Here come the blast. Shot just wide left for Frater. David Bascom doing a great job with his Baltimore team this season. Watching a lot of old-timer veterans leaving the team, starting getting some new younger blood in. Here's Dos Santos trying to clear it out. He wanted a handball, they'll get the foul. Restart coming up. Loose ball goes out of play. Restart coming up. Still loose in midfield. Raley sending it down. Trying to get it to De Silva on the left wing boards. Baltimore able to clear it out. And out of play goes Francis just holding his head. So the restart here for Baltimore. They trail 5-0. He continues just to control this game. Keeping the pressure on, keeping that ball out of their end. Sent down again to Rodriguez. 2:40 to go in the second. On the near side, Pereira back out there. Now it's Thompson with it. Ball goes around to the front. Saved in front. Fans thought maybe there was a handball. Some of the Baltimore players thought it was a handball because, and we'll get the challenge now from David Bascom, because it looked as if, for me, it looked as if Raleigh was down and the ball hit into his arm. We're going to check this out. Do a video review. Let's see how this shot went off here. So he was down. Now, did he intentionally outstretch that arm, or was the arm already out when that ball hits? Yeah, this is a tough one. Take a look from the backside again. Hugo grabs it and pulls it along the body. That's just Hugo collecting it, but Porch. This one might give us a little better. Here's Porch, comes up with it. Raley slides down, and as he slid down, the arm was already out right there. And you can see that it kind of hits up on him. Well, they're looking at it a few different times here. This is probably, I think, our best angle. As Porch gets it, Raley slides down. The ball hit on the arm. You know, if I was a Blast fan, I'd be screaming, "Look, that's a handball." He blocked the shot. It would have been a goal. His arm hit it. I would have to give a penalty kick here. From the Heat perspective, hey, he was down. He wasn't moving. Well, the officials are talking about it. You folks at home watching, have your opinion, and let's see what it's going to be. But I get the feeling it's going to be a penalty kick coming up. But I've been wrong before on these calls. And there we go, and they will pull the blue card out. So it is a handball against the Harrisburg Heat. And we'll be getting the penalty kick coming up here for Baltimore. To the penalty box goes Jeremy Raley. Pereira will come on to take the penalty kick for the Blast. Pereira has 14 goals this season. He's going to go against Hugo Silva. Hugo has to get back on the line. Juan Pereira will approach. He'll pull the trigger, bullseye. Hugo gives him a friendly shove. Says, hey, good shot. We'll give him credit. No problem there. Time of the goal, 12:51. Pereira with a penalty kick goal. Makes it 5-1. Baltimore gets on the board here before halftime. Maybe they'll start lighting the fire under them. Who knows? Don't forget, still doing the auction for the St. Patrick's Day jerseys. Those of you who may just be tuning in, these jerseys you see the Harrisburg Heat wearing. And the players who aren't even playing tonight even have jerseys up for auction. Get the Live Source app or go to the Heat's Facebook page, get the link there. They'll get them shipped to you. They'll sign them for you. Bid on those Harrisburg Heat jerseys, St. Patrick's Day jerseys. That one's kicked up and out of play by Diego's. So it'll be a goal kick for the Harrisburg Heat. 5-1 in favor of the Heat. Couple goals by Anthony Wright. Also got a goal from Ozzie Anang, Adriano Dos Santos, and Malcolm Harris. Here comes Elton trying to move into the Heat zone. Great job by Perry, stuffing him. Plays it over to Panton, far side. They're working up across midfield, and he gets tripped up from behind. There's going to be, there it is. The blue card is pulled. Elton coming up from behind and clipped him at the ankles, and we'll get the first first power play of the game coming up as Rashawn Panton tries to shake it off. But look, a power play against this Baltimore team is not an easy feat there, as you see Elton getting him. This Baltimore Blast team has one of the best penalty killing units in the MASL. The Heat are 4 of 16, only 25% on the power play, but Baltimore has killed 11 of 12 penalties for 92% killing so far this season. This may even continue into the second half if the Heat don't score here. They'll dump it down into the corner. Baltimore will clear it back out. Headed all the way back to Hugo. Here comes Rayleigh again across midfield. De Silva, right side, trying to get it to Francis, but he lost it. Back the other way, down that right side. Hugo has to come over and keep it away from the Blast as Thomas made a nice run. And the Heat will set it up again. Only 47 seconds now in the half. Harris, Heat with a man advantage. In the corner, Tavernisi. Shear, Tavernisi tries sending it around the boards. De Silva can't get the foot on it. And then it's cleared. 23 seconds. Here comes Harris again. Sends it down for the far post, but it got blocked. One more try with 9 seconds to go here in the half, where this power play continues into the second half. Harris with it. Knocks it off the boards, trying to get it to himself. Able to maintain possession. Tavernisi deep in the corner, a couple seconds, and they're going to call the foul with 0.6 on the clock. So one more attempt here by the Heat. It's got to be pretty much a perfect blast They'll bring Hugo all the way down. You just got to go top corner shelf from that corner. It's going to be Francis. Nice attempt. He had the right idea with the angle, but hey, a good first half by the Harrisburg Heat. Here in Harrisburg, our score at halftime. The Harrisburg Heat 5, the Baltimore Blast 1. Stay tuned. We'll have all the out-of-town news from the MASL for you, and we'll come back then also with Danny DePrima. Will be our halftime guest for a few minutes at the end of halftime here, Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
With 6 miles, runway 26, right, clear on.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Freedmont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Freedmont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases, too. For more information, contact them at freedmontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
Shoot! He scores!
MASL in 5, back once again. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. It is great to see you again. We got lots to get you caught up on from stuff that's gone down over the past few days, and we've got to preview what's coming up this weekend in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
I think it was just a bench warning, Tom. It looked like on Coach Stokic.
Tayo turning, shot the goal! All hail the king. He's got his first as a member of the Wave.
Frank Tayu made his debut with the Milwaukee Wave last weekend, and I'd say he made a pretty good impression, to put it mildly. The league's all-time points leader was unstoppable, racking up 4 goals, plus a helper, as Milwaukee smoked Kansas City 13-3. Now, we wondered what the chemistry between him and Ian Bennett would be like. Frighteningly good, as it turns out. Beautiful assist by Bennett to Frank right there. They will be a terrifying duo. And it was a milestone day for IB26 as well. The MASL legend had 2 points, taking him over the 500 mark for his career. Congratulations to the Canadian assassin. The Wave snapped KC's 8-game winning streak in the process. Let's check in on the playoff race. St. Louis is suddenly surging. They face Dallas, a team they're fighting for 8th spot, and absolutely teed off on them, winning 9-2. That marks the biggest margin of victory for St. Louis so far this season. They also faced Utica City, and once again, the ambush was flexing its offensive muscle. It was Star Wars night in St. Louis, and the force was definitely with them.
Everything else is going to change without Frank.
Chili on a take. Chili Willie!
They racked up 9 goals in this contest as well, holding off UCFC 9-8. And the team they are chasing for 8th spot missed a golden opportunity to pad its lead. Tacoma was hosting San Diego and just couldn't quite pull it off, losing to the Sockers 8-5. So they sat in 8th spot, but the ambush entered this weekend with a game in hand, so they've got time to make up that difference. There are lots of great games happening this weekend. 2 huge ones include the top 3 teams in the league. Both involve KC. The Comets traveled to Chihuahua on Friday to face the first place Savage, who they beat 5-2 back on January 25th. 2 days later, they'll be back at home against second place San Diego. They've had 2 great games this season, those squads, with each team winning 1. Okay, your Green Drop Players of the Week: Boris Pardo in goal from San Diego, Omar Silla from Baltimore defensively, and offensively it is, yes, the King, Frank Taillou. Let's start with King Frank making his Milwaukee debut. Couldn't have gone much better. Absolutely dominant. 5 points in that massive win over the KC Comets. Defensively, Omar Silla, what a game he had against Harrisburg. Great on defense and offensively as well. 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist in the big Baltimore win. And in goal, Boris Pardo doing what Boris Pardo does. Big saves, and he also chipped in with 2 assists in the win over Tacoma. Okay, plays of the week now.
No 6th attacker jersey has been deployed yet onto the...
Oh, from Gamboa! Oh, Noah.
To Reggett far post shot, goal! It's Danny!
Lovegrove lines up the shot. Chavez now can dribble clear. 2v1 despite the numbers deficit. Here's Chavez into the attacking zone. Chavez goes on, rolls it across. Macias!
Seconds, get back Alvis, fakes the shot. Araujo slips a bit. Dantas!
Checo. Diegas.
Oh my!
Oh, what a blast from Diegas!
Ruggles from distance plays himself. Wallace Scora. Look at Drew Ruggles go. Christo tries to read it, comes off his line. Ruggles called his own number.
He's a great salesman sometimes.
A performance.
Almeida Dalu! I doff my cap to you, good sir.
Hero now in his 11th season, the only coach in the MASL guard. Ian coming down, shot like goal! Oh, what a combination there from Ricardo to Ian. Wave leads 3-0. Point number 500 in Ian Bennett's career.
And that is going to wrap things up for today's show. But just a reminder that all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league, be sure to check out their official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
And welcome back. We're at halftime here in Harrisburg. John Wilsbach with you. 5-1, the Harrisburg Heat leading the Baltimore Blast. We heard a couple of his comments as much as we could there in the pregame show, and saw Danny DePrima being honored for his retirement from the Harrisburg Heat. A longtime player for the Heat and the Harrisburg City Islanders, a Central Pennsylvania product. And I'll tell you, I was shocked, Danny, when I missed the first month of the season with my own personal injury. When I came back, I said, "Where's Danny?"
Yeah.
I thought you were injured. They said, "No, you retired."
Yeah, I mean, I just got to a point, you know, in my life that, you know, family is needing to come first, and I love playing. I love the game. I've been lucky enough to do it until, you know, 33 now, and not many people get to kick a ball and get paid for it. So to have done it for the past 10, 11 years between the Islanders and the Heat, which quite frankly, the Heat got me into soccer, and to captain this team has been a tremendous honor of mine, and I'm just blessed at the opportunity.
Yeah, and you were going with the outdoor game for the longest time there, and then once the Islanders folded, then you ended up coming back and going with the indoor game.
Yeah, and, you know, obviously Bill Betcher was my coach. Bill is, you know, obviously in the Hall of Fame here and did tremendous things with the Heat. So, yeah, it's just to be able to continue playing was the goal at that point, and I love the indoor game. It's fast, it's exciting, you get to use the boards, and it's very technical, and it kind of fits my game, and it's been a blast.
Did you get to go to many Heat games when you were younger?
Yeah. When I was a kid, so my parents and my family and friends are here. We walked in through the way I usually come in, and we walked into the large arena. I like the small arena here, but to be honest, the nostalgic feel in the large arena for me is pretty special. To go and watch those games and see sellout crowds here in the Farm Show back in the day was tremendous, and that's a memory I'll take with me forever.
When you look at your playing days with the indoor game, how long did it take you to transform from that outdoor player to the indoor player?
Yeah, the indoor game is completely different. The indoor game is a combination of soccer, futsal, basketball, hockey, all rolled into one. Honestly, just the first year learning to use the sole of my foot, even after playing professionally for 4 years with the Islanders, just things that are very, basic in the indoor game that you don't really think about too much in the outdoor game. But after a year, and you listen to the veterans, you learn, you progress, and then from there on out, just work hard and keep the game simple, and then you can progress from there, and that's basically what I did, and had a successful career from it.
How tough was it being the captain? You've got guys from different countries in there, guys with different personalities and attitudes, and you're the guy that, essentially next to the coach, you've got to take control.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that my teammates that I played with, I never asked them to do something that I wouldn't do myself. And if they could say that, then I did my job. It is difficult to have people come in year after year and try to teach them. But at the same time, you use your experience and you find ways to get guys on board and try to teach them, what this game is about, but what this city of Harrisburg is all about.
Talking here with Danny DePrima, just retired from the Harrisburg Heat. Would anything happen, maybe that phone call to lure you back out onto the field? Because Lord knows Pat Healy's been out there a few times the last few years.
Yeah, no, I think between Carl, Pat, and Kevin, tonight seeing them, they've already asked me about 3 or 4 times. So, no, I think, anybody can come back and play, but I think, I've made my decision. I stand by it, and, my family is really, really important to me, and that's been the main driver of that decision.
And you've got some kids. You're going to be a dad coach for them?
I'll help them. Yeah. I don't necessarily want to coach them as of right now. I just kind of want to sit back and relax, and, if they love the game and they want to play, great, I'll help them. But if not, that's okay. I hope they find something they love to do.
It has to be a little disappointing the last few seasons, seeing this Heat team, different players coming in, and just not getting the wins in the victories out there, and so many close losses at times. But to have such a good team going into COVID and then coming back and struggling, especially with players who had to set with the green cards.
Yeah, I think visas have been a massive issue within the league since COVID. I think there are a lot of guys that had some life changes themselves during COVID and, moved out of the area or whatever the case may be. A lot of players in the league that are having some massive success right now were on our team at one point. So, that's a hard pill to swallow. But at the same time, it just comes down to, this group here, I think, is probably one of the best groups that they've had in a long time. And it just comes down to, can you find a way to win games? Can you find a way to break some old habits and, just learn how to basically kill a game off? They started out great in this one. Now it's about, can you put a full game together and manage that full game, defend as a group of 5 plus your keeper, and just make solid, smart, simple decisions.
Well, as you're getting out of the game here, obviously you're staying in touch, I would assume, with a lot of your past buddies, guys who probably aren't even playing anymore too.
Yeah, no, I stay in touch with a lot of them. I text Dom, Jackson, and Alex all the time. I mean, I'll give a shout out to Alex and Dom with AMA Athletics. The jerseys are incredible. Definitely thankful for them on that piece, and they're doing a great job trying to bring the Capital City Islanders back as well. So credit to them, and a lot of good guys that I've played with over the years that are just good players, but they're just great people. And it was a tremendous, tremendous ride.
Any one particular playing moment with the Harrisburg Heat stand out as your all-time favorite?
All-time favorite? Let's see. I would say probably the volley that I scored here against Baltimore a while ago. That was one that stands out. My all-time favorite Harrisburg memory ever. I know Bill was on last week talking about it. That was the best goal I've ever scored in my life, just to send us to the final in USL 2014. So, yeah, it's just been amazing, man. It's been a dream come true, and for everybody that has a dream, I hope you continue to dream. I hope you continue to work towards it, and if you put your work in, you sacrifice, and you trust in yourself, you can do anything. 100%.
And a lot of guys aren't able to do what you did soccer-wise, play the outdoor game and also be good at the indoor game, and that's very tough to do.
It is hard. I think you have to humble yourself coming into this game. I think you have to be willing to learn. I think that you have to be willing to, take criticism. It is a different environment in the indoor game compared to outdoor game. But at the same time, at the bare minimum, it is still soccer at its core. You still have to work hard. You still have to be technical. You still have to defend. And you still have to have quality in the final third. And if you can put those pieces together, you can do something.
Well, you're always welcome back on the broadcast when you stop by at games. Thanks for the memories and your time with the Harrisburg Heat and the City Islanders. Great seeing you.
Yeah, and John, you've been calling games here for so long. You're in the Hall of Fame for a reason, so thank you very much for all you've done. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Danny DePrima, our guest here at halftime, 5-1. The Heat with the lead. We'll come back with the highlights in the second half. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV. Welcome back. 5-1 in favor of the Harrisburg Heat. Good first half for Harrisburg. And we've got the highlights for you. A lot of activity in this one. But Malcolm Harris getting that first goal for the Heat. And then watch this. Dos Santos, wow. Bicycle kick. They had to review it, because they weren't sure if it went in or not. It hit underneath the crossbar, and when it came down, it landed behind the line, they say. So it made it 2-0. Now we move to the second. Anthony Wright gets his first one right there. That's his third of the season. And then at 3:57, he's going to do it again. Watch this, Dominic Francis. Had it deflected out front. Wright comes over, finds the bottom. It's 4-0 Heat. And midway through the second, Ozzie and Nang from Kerstetter. From midfield, Ozzie able to catch Rodriguez out of position, his third. Had a handball penalty on the Harrisburg Heat. Juan Pereira able to get the penalty kick. And Pereira, his 15th of the season. That's where you get your scoring here in the first half. Let's check out the shots in the first half. Give that an updated look. And Baltimore started putting something together there in the second. Baltimore's outshot Harrisburg 11-10. As we head to the second half. The jersey auction still out there, folks. All right, we're going to keep pushing it here tonight. Go to Live Source app. Get the Live Source app. You can bid on a jersey. And that is going to be winding down here in the next few minutes. Those Harrisburg Heat St. Patrick's Day jerseys they're wearing right now. So the bidding for those will be ending very shortly. So get your final bids in. Out-of-town scoreboard. Dallas leading the Texas Outlaws 2-1 in the second quarter. Baltimore's going left to right here in this third quarter. Last sending it back and clearing it out. Dos Santos comes up with it for the Heat. Adriano Dos Santos, that marvelous bicycle kick. All the way back. Raley. Dumped down by Hugo. Mike Da Silva. Sending it back for Raley. Now Kerstetter. And Raley. Elton able to poke it loose, knock it forward, but Kerstetter intercepts. They'll go through traffic. Almost got tripped up again from Elton, who had an earlier one. Teams at equal strength here in this second half. All sent down to the right side. Sent around, and Hugo grabs on. So Baltimore able to kill off that penalty once again. And now they are killing 12 of 13 this season. And don't forget to get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcast, MASL shows, highlights, and more. Restart coming up. Sila sending it down to the right side. A score by Chad Porch, upper right corner. What a rip. And this is something the Heat did not want to see early in the third. They had this happen to them down in Baltimore this season, a Baltimore second half comeback. Time of this goal, 1 minute and 36 seconds of the third. And Porch with a rip into the upper right for his 16th goal of the season. Makes it 5-2. And a restart here for the Heat. They want to get back into this real quick. Mike Da Silva's going to put Tavernisi to his left. Harris is out front also. It'll be Harris approaching down the middle. It gets blocked. Harris comes back for it. Camino back for Harris. Francis from the yellow has it blocked. Out of play by Pereira. Pereira had that earlier mouth cut and then hit the penalty kick. MASLsoccer.com, your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more at MASLsoccer.com. Restart coming up here for the Heat. Malcolm Harris at the right side. He'll send it around the boards, but nobody home out front to finish. Cleared back out, and look at a little run and a grab there by Camino. That's a blue card. And may result in a shootout as well. I think that's what Baltimore is going to say, that you have that man breaking free, no one in front except the keeper. You've got to call that a shootout opportunity. Let's see what happens. Breaks out here. Pereira knocks it forward. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're going to call that, that's definitely got to be a shootout. And Camino's going to the penalty box. But they are not giving them a shootout. Baltimore thought it was deserving, and they will not get one. So the Heat luck out there. Baltimore on the power play, 5 of 14 for 36%. This season, the Heat have killed off half of them. 8 of 16 for 50%. Left side shot, score! Ricardo Dieguez. After he scores, he wipes out. Baltimore's back in this. A power play goal at 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Dieguez. Sila. With 12:49 to go here in the third, Pat Healy's trying to get his team regrouped. They need it. Fans, don't forget the Harrisburg Heat offer camps and clinics year-round. You can train with the pros, watch your game improve, get your kid to a Harrisburg Heat camp. In fact, the Heat are running youth clinics prior to the game on March 27th. Go to harrisburgheat.com and sign up for Harrisburg Heat camps. Register today. Youth clinic includes a ticket to the game and training from the Heat players right there on the field in pregame, so learn from the pros. Out of town scoreboard, we check that. And the Dallas Sidekicks now lead 3-1 on the Texas Outlaws. Baltimore Blast, they'll be home on Saturday, March 15th against Utica City. That's who's playing tomorrow here in Harrisburg. We saw Tommy Tanner, longtime veteran player from years ago, the Cleveland Crunch, in here with his Utica team. And then March 16th, it's Baltimore and St. Louis Ambush here at Towson University Arena. So you Blast fans, get your tickets for those games. Harrisburg Heat are home tomorrow at 5:05. Heat fans, go to harrisburgheat.com. We're going to see you here out tomorrow supporting your Heat. Harrisburg with it. Avila has his pass intercepted. Pacheco playing into the far side. On the near boards, Espina, call him Charo. Over on the far side, Baltimore dumping it down to the corner again for Porch. 5-3, Porch, fans on it. He had an open shot there briefly on that left wing. Ozzie Anang kicks it out of play. Ozzie had a goal there in the second for the Harrisburg Heat. Well, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that the jersey auction has been now closed. So if you did not get in on the bidding, you missed a good opportunity. These St. Patrick's Day jerseys. Left side, Hugo has to clear it back out. Along the near side, Sila. Down to the right. Freighter. Cleared back out again by the Heat. Baltimore comes out with some aggressive up-tempo play here in this second half. They're getting their legs and coming to life. Seemed like that first quarter they were kind of sleepwalking through things. They have since awakened. The Heat clear one out at midfield. Ball played over to the far side, Thomas. Ball dumped down into the right side for Porch. Heads it forward, loose. Hugo on it. Once again, Baltimore comes up with it. They'll clear it out of play. Restart here in midfield. Rayleigh sending it over to the far side, sent down for Tavernisi in the corner. He goes down, trying to maintain possession. Kerstetter sends it around to the opposite side. De Silva runs it down. They'll play it back out for Kerstetter. Now it's Harris. De Silva, top left side, going back, going back. Will he spin? He's stuffed. They'll play it back out of midfield. Good defense on him by Patrick Thompson. Kerstetter onto the far side. Panton down for Kerstetter. They'll take it down to the right corner and then turn and play it back out. Heat holding a 2-goal lead still here in the third. Baltimore chipping away at that lead, and a shot just gets by Rodriguez, but does not cross the line and goes across the crease to the opposite side. Other side, Jamie Thomas getting it back for Patrick Thompson. His pass blocked. Thompson again on it, knocking it forward. Spin move. Enrique takes it down left side, sends it around the glass. Enrique smashed into the boards down the corner, but play continues. I think the officials thought it was just a flop into the boards to look like he was pushed. Yeah, we can take a look at that, I'm sure. But he is banged up. That's a rib breaker down there when you hit in that red portion of those boards. Well, let's take a look at it. As the Baltimore trainer, she's been busy tonight. The Heat holding a 5-3 lead. It's Harris and Enrique. Yeah, Harris didn't do much to him. Watch him again. There's just a little tiny, maybe side push on the arm, but I don't think Enrique could hit the brakes. And just took it right into the boards. It'll be a restart for Baltimore midfield. We get Papa John's. The Heat score 4. They've got 5 in this one. Get your Papa John's food tomorrow. 40% using papajohns.com or the Papa John's app. So the restart coming up here. We're back on the air tomorrow. Utica City at Harrisburg. 5:05 here at the Equine Arena. Ball sent down and out of play off Baltimore. It'll be the Heat's ball. Fans, if you disagree with some of the calls that you've seen here tonight, you might see it on MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Siggetz. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. It's Under Review, and we've had some stuff under review in this one. Here comes the Heat. Favilla, right side, shot, goal! Blast got back, tried to make a block on it. But the Heat needed that badly. Noah Favilla moves in, left side. Good poke. Noah Favilla, and it got deflected there by Matthew Silva. Time of the goal, 6 minutes, 23 seconds. Noah Favilla. His goal is number 9 on the season. Heat back to a 3-goal lead. Rodriguez on it. He did not give an assist there for Favilla. Right side. Baltimore briefly with a man open, but Porch didn't take that shot. Pacheco sends it out near center circle and away from the play. We've got what appears to be an injured Heat player. down along the boards, and Ozzie and Ang. I did not see what happened to him. If it was just his own tripping or running into someone. We can go back and see that one or not, but he appears to be okay. Maybe just trying to draw something, but he'll walk off just a little gimpy. Well, we're going to take the mid-quarter break after this. Let's see, far side. Just kind of got tangled up a little bit, went down hard. Maybe thinking he could draw the foul or a penalty there, but didn't look like it was anything major. All right, 7:53 to go here in the third at 6-3. Harrisburg leading Baltimore. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com. Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
6-3, the Harrisburg Heat with the lead as hit the midway point of the third quarter. Thompson sending the ball down. Perry down there battling with Dieguez. And Dieguez is called for the foul to be a free kick for the Heat. The restart coming up. Don't forget to turn your clocks ahead an hour tonight. There's a foul on the Heat and Panton. Other games going on this weekend in the MASL. Tomorrow, of course, Utica City at the Heat. Milwaukee's at St. Louis. There's a save by Hugo getting the fingertips on it. San Diego's at Kansas City, and Tacoma at Dallas on Monday. Hugo. He'll tell everybody where he wants them. He wants them left or right. He knows exactly what he wants to guard. In the meantime, away from the play, we're going to get a warning here because a little activity between Zach Perry of the Heat and Ricardo Dieguez of Baltimore trying to get position on each other. And before it gets a little too heated, the official will step in and warn them both. And they'll start again. And once again, we get a whistle. Dieguez this time grabbed his face briefly. And they call simple body contact on that restart. I didn't think Perry did anything, but we'll do it again. This time the blast will start top right side of the box. This is a dangerous restart against the Heat. Hugo's going to position Tavernisi a little bit more, and now Baltimore wants to talk about it. And meanwhile, Zach Perry is going to come over and talk to the official about what transpired on that foul, but his teammates are saying, leave the refs alone. And the MASL has really done a crackdown on arguing with officials and taking time. And here's that restart. You can see he was just kind of pushing off. Zach didn't think he got him in the eye. And one more time. Diego's thought he did. Once we see the other side of that with an angle, we're not going to know. Pat Healy, longtime Baltimore Blast player. Well, they're all-time great defenders. And championships there. He's been the coach the last few years. Just struggling this season with games lost late, 1-goal games. They've been in so many, but just so close. Made the move this past week with Riley Urey going to St. Louis, able to get Jeremy Raley back and get him for next year as well. David Bascom, longtime Harrisburg Heat player, the coach of Baltimore. Kind of redesigning that Baltimore team this year with some new young players. David Bascom, a good friend. Loved covering him all the years that I did the Harrisburg Heat back in the 90s. From the moment I remember meeting him the first time in Canton. And the Heat were playing the Canton Invaders, coming in and talking to him about Bermuda. And playing indoor soccer. Here's a restart. And Sila's kick is blocked by Kerstetter. All the way back to Rodriguez. He'll chip it high in the air up the middle. Dos Santos with a header. Back across midfield. Harris chasing, trying to keep the pressure on Porch. Now they'll send it all the way back to Jamie Thomas. And Rodriguez will send it up the middle. Near side is Thomas. They'll work down that left side, and Pereira trying to move in, comes out to Sila. Now it's Thomas. Sila with it. Heat holding a 6-3 lead. Fantastic first half for them. A little slow out of the gates here in the second half, but they've since settled back down again. Ball played out front. Good job there by Avila to break it up. Spina down the right side. Chara will try sending it in, and Pacheco. Kerstetter getting a foot in there. Another shot there by Chara. Gets busted up. Ball dumped all the way down into the corner. Rodriguez will sling it back out for Patrick Thompson. Has a little room to run against Tavernisi. Play it along the near boards. Enrique over for Thompson. On the near side, Pacheco. Right side around the glass, it goes to the opposite side by Elton. Elton battled a lot of injuries last season here in Harrisburg. Heat stepping in. The foul on Elton is Camino. Nice job at picking the pocket. Restart here. Hugo sends it down the near side. Ozzie can't contain it. Baltimore, good, tight, short passes. Checo runs it down to the right side. Wright will bump him off the play and clear it the other way. Anthony Wright, 2 goals in this game for the Harrisburg Heat. Big ones there, real close together in the second quarter. Ball sent up the middle, and Ozzie Anang helps out. Far boards, Joey Tavernese trying to keep it alive, gets knocked down. Check that parry. Zach Perry got bumped off and foul against Baltimore. The top 8 teams in the standings at the end of the regular season head to Front Wave Arena, Oceanside, California. That's where they'll play all the preliminary rounds. And as of right now, it's Chihuahua, San Diego, Kansas City, Baltimore, Empire, Milwaukee, Utica City, and Tacoma as your top 8. Baltimore right now in a points tie with Empire, Strikers, and Milwaukee. Heat with the ball. De Silva, far side. Shot goes in the corner. Harris knocks it, gets deflected. Another one. Still loose there by Kirstetter wide. De Silva missing on it. Heat still maintain possession though. Nice little flurry there by the Heat. Another shot going wide. Harris comes over. Hit off his arm. It's a handball. Foul against the Heat. With a win tonight, Baltimore could move up in the standings out of that little tie with Empire and Milwaukee. The Heat, with a win, will move up out of the basement. They've lost 9 straight. They'll move into 11th place and pass Texas if Texas loses. As we'll check that game. See where we stand. As the Heat clear it back out. Last we had, Dallas was leading that one on Texas. 3-2 in the third. Yep, still there. So the Heat able to get it out of their own end. Villa taking his time, circling back. Let the Heat regroup. Adriano dos Santos. If you missed that goal he had in the first half as Dominic Francis went down, the official signal that it was a dive. Rodriguez came up from behind, went for the ball. Let's take a look at it. We'll see it from the back side here. It goes up. He punched the ball. Rodriguez then took his finger toward the ref like, no, I didn't touch him, but there was obviously some contact there, but nothing called. Let's see it one more time here. A little hard to see how much of the body contact. When he punched that ball, did he punch him in the head as well? Well, doesn't matter. It's a restart for Baltimore. Francis goes to the bench. Restart coming up here for the Blast. Rodriguez far side. Sends it up the middle. Working it out front. Panton able to come up with it. And the ball dumped back down into the Baltimore end again. Rodriguez tapping it out along the near side. Wright keeping a lot of pressure on Chara. Hugo trying to get to it. Needs some help. It's cleared back out. Zach Perry doing a nice job on the back line in this game. All sent to the top. Last fan on it. He trying to clear it out. And they will with Ozzie and Ang. 1:50 to go in the third. And Baltimore will attack. Or attempt once again with Chad Porch. Down along the boards. Out of midfield is Pacheco. He'll leave it for Silas, sent to the middle of the box. Got chipped just wide. It's volley deflection there by Enrique. Sila again attacking. 6-3 our score. Harrisburg. Pereira down that left side. He'll leave it behind him. Now Thompson moves into the corner. Just a little chip. He didn't get much of it. An easy grab for Hugo. Ball sent all the way back to the Baltimore zone. They'll bring it out again. 37 seconds to go. Rodriguez chips it all the way down to Hugo. Brazilian will put it down and bring it back out. He'll fire it down into the corner. High hop there. Camino couldn't get to it. It comes back out at midfield. Matthias Silva. Now Dos Santos. Here's Harris for the Heat. Takes it down to the right corner. Matthias gets tripped up by Harris. It's a foul. And then Dos Santos gets pushed by Rodriguez. And then Rodriguez. And Dos Santos. A lot of activity going on outside the box. Well, let's look at what goes on there. There's your trip. Harris knocked him down. Rodriguez pushes him down. And then a little push to the face by Rodriguez. Dos Santos with some theatrics. Oh, the tension between these two teams. Dos Santos going off, yelling back at Rodriguez now. 3 seconds to go. So a warning. Maybe one more attempt here. Ball sent all the way down on Hugo. 3-line violation. So why do they now hit the buzzer? There should be a restart coming up here for the Heat with time on the clock. So let's see, they're going to put 2 seconds up on the clock. This is a restart opportunity here. So Hugo comes all the way down. That was about well, we'll see what they want to put on it. They've got 2 up there right now. 2.6 is what they're going to go with. Okay. 2.6. Francis, left side, Tavernese gets deflected out. Now we've played 3 quarters. Our score, the Harrisburg Heat 6, the Baltimore Blast 3. Back with your 4th quarter. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Freedmont Mortgage Group, with a 5-star rating and over 30 years of helping home buyers and homeowners. Freedmont is recognized as one of the top lenders. Refinance, home purchase, commercial loans, SBA loans, and zero money down programs offered. Complimentary home warranty on qualifying purchases too. For more information, contact them at freedmontmortgage.com or 800-955-8508. And available 7 days a week. NMLS number 1846.
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. boys and girls indoor and outdoor. HarrisburgHeat.com.
The Heat are excited to announce the Heat Score 4 promotion thanks to our friends at Papa John's of Harrisburg and Central Pennsylvania. Whenever the Heat score 4 or more goals in any game, home or away, you can use code HEAT4 anytime over the following week at papajohns.com or on the Papa John's app to save 40% on your entire order. That's code HEAT4 for 40% off your online Papa John's order the entire week after any game where the Heat score 4.
Register your son or daughter for a Heat clinic run by Heat players pregame, and it includes a game ticket. To find out how, go to harrisburgheat.com.
Now the Heat with a 6-3 lead after 3 quarters of play, and Baltimore has now outshot Harrisburg 18-13. The Heat with just 3 shots in that second and 3 shots in the third. But Harrisburg getting quality, not quantity. And despite being outshot 18-13, they lead it 6-3. A lot of activity in that drawn out third quarter with bodies from both teams flying into the boards or being touched or hit. My goodness, let's see, it only makes for an exciting fourth quarter, folks. We've got it right here on MASL TV with Harrisburg and Baltimore, long-time rivals. Baltimore will go from right to left, the Heat left to right. Can the Heat maintain a 3-goal lead here heading into this fourth quarter? All right, let's see what Baltimore does. They know how to turn it on in the fourth. We've seen it many times over the years. David Bascom just seems to save enough gasoline in the tank and a little nitro in there too. We'll see what happens as Baltimore has it in midfield. Good run here by Dominic Francis, but Sila's going to get to it first. Rodriguez will clear it out. He can't worry about having another game tomorrow against Utica City. This is the main cause right now, winning this game. Perry sends it up the middle, deflected around. Villa gets it back for Gamino. Villa, Gamino, Perry. Perry shanks it out. Zach Perry has some tough defense in the back. Has that right wrist hand wrapped. Restart coming up here for Baltimore. Elton says it should be up further. Elton played for the Heat last season. Elton de Oliveira sends it to Rodriguez and all the way down to the far side. Rader back out of midfield. Elton chips it down to the left corner. High bounce, goes out of play. He's been around the league for a while. He's in Baltimore, came to Harrisburg, now he's back in Baltimore. The Heat restarting things. Hugo sends it one way, headed back the other way. Villa on it. at center circle, trying to maintain possession, but Pereira comes up with it, overlapping on the right side. Got a man, Pacheco wide. Thompson putting some pressure on. Tripping foul on Thompson. It's a former Heat player from several seasons ago. Got a Heat player still shaken up from getting tripped. That was Panton. See him here, just gets it out, just kind of gets that little hip check in there. Loose ball far side, Raley taking it down along the boards. Silo sends it the other way. Now Kerstetter steps in. Tries sending it in, but we get the foul again against Baltimore. Free kick coming up here for the Heat. They lead it 6-3. Dominic Francis will restart things. Francis with 15 goals coming into this contest. Down the corner to Silva. Here's Francis, shot, goal! Dominic Francis finds the bottom right corner. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 4 seconds. I told you he had 15 coming in. He's got 16 now. He's the one who designed these jerseys, St. Patrick's Day jerseys for the Heat. Silva's going to get the assist. Seven to 3 now in favor of the Heat. Dominic Francis. A British native. Ball sent down to the right side. Villa trying to clear it out. Baltimore has it again. Here's Thomas. Back out for Elton. Chara, then Elton. Sending it down to the right side. Frater in front, up and out of play for Porch. Goal kick for the Heat. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV, on YouTube and CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Alex Bastianowski and Phil Levanko joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. This one's going to bounce out of play. 12-10 to go here in the fourth. 7-3 Heat. They may have finally turned the corner to holding leads late in games. Right now they're getting it done, but they knocked that one out of play. It's been a rough season and a rough 9-game losing streak for this Harrisburg Heat team. They're trying to battle through it. They battled a lot of injuries, season-ending injuries for some of the players as well. In fact, Pat Healy saying he got himself back into shape in case they lost any more players. Healy was going to put the jersey back on again and play defense. Meanwhile, Baltimore players still down, slow to get up as Diegas, but they keep on playing. Out of midfield, a couple bodies going down, then a late push here by Diegas. Foul on Baltimore. Things are getting heated up more and more. Backup keeper, Mike Zierhofer. Here on the back of the bench with David Bascom. Restart for the Heat. Hugo getting knocked down along the near side by Frater. Ran into him. Another restart coming up for Harrisburg. Raley sending it up the floor. Comes out of midfield. Harris got knocked down, but knocked it out of play. They'll give it to Baltimore. We're back here tomorrow at 5:05. Utica City versus the Heat. Utica City right now holding that 7th spot in the MASL. Here's another move by Freighter. They'll go out. Another Heat player slow to get up. Scraping up a lot of guys off the carpet in this game. Let's see what happens here. Freighter gets it there, leaning back, tripped up and down. Oh, it looked like a left knee or just a cramp on that one. Raley's walking off, appears to be okay. Restart coming up here for Baltimore. 3-man wall sets up. Pereira's going to put Porch to his right and Elton to his left. He'll play to the far right side, and a shot hit inside the post and came right back out. So close for the blast on that one. We'll take a look at that in just a little bit. That was a rip as we get the foul on the Heats to Silva. .10:46 to go here. Baltimore with it again. Blast almost had one, just again inches there. Up, going 6th attacker now. Pacheco has the 6th attacker jersey on. They have pulled Rodriguez. Open net at the other end. Pacheco, left side. Pereira sending it down to the right corner. In front, save, Hugo. He'll pull it down. Good opportunity on that left by Porch, but Hugo right there. He'll fire it up the field. He's got Ozzie turning, trying to get the shot off, but Rodriguez is back in. Rodriguez will sprint to the bench. Pacheco comes on as the 6th attacker. Hugo will clear it back out. And Dos Santos steps in. Foul whistle against the Heat. Seven to 3, Harrisburg. Pacheco stays in as the 6th attacker. Here's Pereira on the right side. Thomas on the left. Pacheco again. Thomas. Trying to turn on the left side. Foul called as Dieguez went down. Restart coming up just inside the yellow. Villa just getting in there a little bit. Pacheco restarting things. Out for Sila, back for Pacheco. Make that Pereira. Now here's Pacheco on the far side wearing the pink 6th attacker jersey. Pereira, Pacheco. Shot got blocked. Anand can't settle it. Still loose out front. Knocks over to Thomas on the boards, and he's knocked down. Foul on the Heat. Restart Baltimore quickly. Pacheco. Left side. Shot saved by Hugo. Right there in front of Porch. 6 attackers still in. Dos Santos clears it. Back out. Pereira. Far side Pacheco. The Heat pushing up. Keeping that pressure on. Dos Santos trying to get to it. Now Francis. Look out. Favilla. Sends it wide. Loose in front. Goal! Michael Silva. He'll take a breather. Sitting on the boards. Absolutely. It's 8-3 Heat. Time of the goal. 6 minutes, 49 seconds. Villa sends it down. And De Silva uses some of the body to go ahead and push that forward. And it's now 8-3. 10th of the season for Mike De Silva. Pacheco stays in as the 6th attacker. Pacheco, far side, Elton. Does not look like the Heat are going to allow a comeback in this game this time. Here's Pacheco, left side, up and out of play. Mid-quarter break, we'll step out. Harrisburg, 8, Baltimore 3. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What do we do? What are you guys going to yell?
Yes! The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Now the Heat with an 8-3 lead. Pat Healy trying to keep his team focused. Also some of the bench leaders there. Dos Santos talking to his teammates. Same with Hugo. Don't want to blow this good lead. You know how quickly things can change in this indoor game. We saw it against St. Louis a couple months ago in the last 2 minutes of a game. They're putting together 4 decent quarters. Yeah, a full game. They've been striving for that all season, and might be coming late in the season, but to put it together and carry that into the game tomorrow against Utica City. Hugo sends it up the field. De Silva on it. And Anthony Wright. Back for Kerstetter. Baltimore's outshot Harrisburg 21-15. They keep switching. Equine goalkeeper and sixth attacker. Pacheco back out there as the sixth attacker. Sent up the far side. Pacheco along the boards. Sila. Pacheco. Working forward. Sila again. We're on the far side for Elton. Spun right off his foot and out of play. That'll be a kick in for the Heat. The ball just kind of ran right up his foot and over the boards. Restart coming up here for Dominic Francis. Out of midfield, Elton coming up with it again. Ball sent back to the keeper, Rodriguez, who's in there. Rodriguez will sprint to the bench. Pacheco comes in. Sixth attacker on once again. Here's Thomas, leaving it for Elton. Gets deflected. Harris sends it back the other way, but this one's going to spin wide down into the corner. Here comes Thomas again. Sending it up for Sila. Pacheco, the sixth attacker on. Dos Santos clears it out. Ball sent around the board, send to the side again, Wright. Now Sila. Left side, Porch. Near the top, and Hugo gets the deflection. It was sent in by Dieguez. Hugo's going to toss it up the middle. Keeper is back in, Rodriguez. Ozzie Anang battling in the corner. Anthony Wright, who had 2 goals. 2 big goals there in that second. Away from the play, Dominic Francis is down. Out near the yellow line. 5:11 to play here. Looks like he might just be cramping up. 8-3 is our score. We're on the air tomorrow. 5:05 start time, Utica City. And the Harrisburg Heat. And fans, don't forget, got some remaining games coming up here at the end of the month as well for the Harrisburg Heat. If you want your teams or kids to go out on the field, part of the Parade of Champions, or be introduced with the Harrisburg Heat, get a hold of Kevin at HarrisburgHeat.com. That's Kevin at Harrisburg Heat. Yeah, Francis didn't have any contact with anyone. He just kind of spun down weird and twisted something. And he'll take his time back to the bench. Look, they're going to need him again tomorrow against Utica City. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard. And Dallas leading the Texas Outlaws 6-4 in the third. That's the only other game going on tonight in the MASL. Got a few games tomorrow. Milwaukee at St. Louis, San Diego at Kansas City, and of course Utica City at Harrisburg. 8-3 in favor of our Heat here in Harrisburg. Restart coming up in midfield. Kerstetter will play it back. Hugo dumps it down high off the glass. Bounces all the way back out the yellow. Battle for it there in midfield, and Baltimore keeps possession. Rodriguez goes off. Pacheco, the 6th attacker, back on. Ball sent around the boards. Pacheco will round it up. Sila over on the far side. Pacheco. Now Thomas. Shot. Hugo makes the save. Right there on Diego's. Hugo tossing it high in the air. Rodriguez back in net. Harris has it. His kick is blocked. Now Kerstetter dumps it down left side. Here's Panton. Can't get a shot off, and it's cleared back around by Porch. Brought back out of midfield, and Ozzie and Ang able to break that up. Dos Santos for Hugo. Hugo chips it all the way to the far side, but it goes off the top of the boards now. With 3:59 to play, 8-3 Harrisburg. So a solid game for Hugo. He just commands so much presence right in front of that net. 6th attacker back on again for Baltimore. Pacheco has it knocked around. Diego's out front. Elton shot, blocked. Another one blocked by Hugo. Right near the top of the box. There's that large frame and big chest. Just stuck it out and blocked it. Down along the near side. Pacheco. He's got Henrique to his left side. You know, well, they look alike sometimes. Pacheco. Henrique. Left wing boards. Pacheco. Trying to pass. Poked away by Tavernisi. Baltimore comes up with it again. 3:07 to play. 8-3 Heat. Pacheco approaching. Sila. Pacheco. Good defense up front by the Heat. And the pressure with Wright, Tavernisi, and De Silva. Back line, it's Kerstetter and Dos Santos. Here's De Silva with the steal. Poked it back out of midfield. Pacheco, left side, Henrique. Porch tries passing, goes off of Silva out of play. Mike De Silva had that goal against the 6th attacker here in the 4th. 2:30 to go. This one kicked up and out of play. All the way up into the food stand area by Porch. .228 to go. And the Heat looking to climb out of the basement. As long as Dallas knocks off the Outlaws. There's Panton with Rodriguez back in net. Henrique stolen away by Harris. Rodriguez goes down into the boards. We're going to get a pushing blue card against Harris. Rodriguez got up quick and ran off the field. Harris didn't think he pushed him that hard. Let's see how much acting is on this one. Yeah, now we've seen a lot of flopping going on here tonight. So a power play coming up with the 6th attacker on for Baltimore. Defensively, the Heat go with Domino, De Silva, Kerstetter, Dos Santos. Henrique out for Pacheco. Right side, Sila, Pacheco. Into the corner. Swing it back out. Shot blocked by Dos Santos. De Silva knocks it off the boards. Pacheco has to go back for it. They'll bring it the other way. Sila near side. Porch. Sila. Porch got it. Porch finds the right side of the net. That's going to be his second of the game. Time of the goal, 13:27, a power play. That sixth attacker on. Porch's second, 17th of the season. He gave an assist to Diego's. It's 8-4. 1:30 to play. Rodriguez knocks it out to midfield. Elton comes up with it. Silent down that right side. Moving in again is Diego's out to Sila, up and out of play. So it'll be a goal kick for the Heat. Pacheco goes off as sixth attacker. Rodriguez comes back in. Long distribution down to Tavernisi in the left corner. Tavernisi thrown down. Play continues as Harris has it. Tavernisi, shot, save, in front. Got deflected wide. They'll call the interference. Foul on Joey Tavernisi. Baltimore changes up. Rodriguez goes off. Pacheco comes in as the sixth attacker. Eight to 4. The Heat in control with under a minute to go. Baltimore doing all it can, but the Heat have played well. Loose in front. Tavernisi's got it. Joey Tavernisi with help from Mike De Silva, keeping that pressure on up front. And that should be the nail in the coffin there. Time of that goal, 14-12. Joey Tavernisi. Mike De Silva, great pressure. And Tavernisi. For the Harrisburg Heat. Getting goal number 17 on the season. Not sure if they're going to give De Silva an assist on that or not. Joey Tavernisi with 299 career goals as we get a tripping foul. Yeah, might be able to get one more here or maybe tomorrow against Utica City. Who knows? Get number 300. Loose ball. De Silva has it. They'll clear it out. Ozzie and Ang running it down far side. 10 seconds to go. Baltimore has it again. It doesn't matter. The Heat are going to win this game. Loose out front. Porch. Pick. Time expired. The officials trying to say if there is still a second on the clock. Nope. They call it. Final score in the Harrisburg Heat 9. Baltimore Blast 4. 9-4. We'll come back, show you the highlights, wrap it up. It's Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.
Register your team in the Heat Youth Tournaments. You get game tickets, minimum of 3 games, MASL officials, medals for the winners, on field with the Heat players pregame, and much more. Get your team in today at harrisburgheat.com.
What we do? What are you guys going to yell? Yes!
The best way to improve is to train with the pros. The Heat run camps and clinics year-round. Contact Kevin at harrisburgheat.com. Boys and girls, indoor and outdoor. harrisburgheat.com.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Harrisburg Heat victorious. This was not a tie. 9-4 in favor of the Harrisburg Heat over the Baltimore Blast. And the Heat got off to a great start in this one, and they kept that lead and maintained it the whole way through. And Harrisburg victorious. There we go, 9-4, your final Heat. Let's run down the scoring for you in this one. It started just a minute 6 into this contest. And it was Malcolm Harris who got the Heat jump-started with his 7th goal of the season. Some good footwork there and able to bank it in. Made it 1-0. Then a 2:04. This one got video reviewed. Watch this. Dos Santos, bicycle kick. Pow. Hit underneath the crossbar. Hit just behind that white line. And then came out. And they call that one a goal. 2-0. Then moved to the second. 2:37. Anthony Wright able to finish it off. That's his first 2 because he gets another one a little over a minute later. 3:57. Wright had this one pop loose. He came over and reconnected on it. 4-0 in favor of the Heat. Then Ozzie and Ang midway through the second at 7:36 from midfield catches Rodriguez out of position. That made it 5-0. And a handball penalty on the Heat. 12:51, a penalty kick here. And Pereira makes it a 5-1 score at halftime. And then Baltimore starts battling back at 1:36. Porch, 1 of 2. Able to connect, makes it a 5-2 game. And a power play at 2:11. Diegas from Sila. He puts it in, makes it 5-3. Starting to get a little scared, but then it's Favilla for the Heat at 6:23. Favilla's 9th of the season. Makes it a 7-3 game. Move to the 4th, and Dominic Francis at 2:04. Able to come up with it here. He'll blast it in. He leads 7-3. 6:49, De Silva against the 6th attacker. He'll walk it in past Pacheco there. Makes it 8-3. Baltimore gets one back with a power play goal, and that 6th attacker in it. 13:27, Porch's second and 17th of the season. Tavernese able to finish things off there at 14-12. That's where you get your 9-4 score. Final shots, the Heat outshot Baltimore early in this one, but at the end, Baltimore 26 shots, Harrisburg just 17, but the Heat take advantage of their opportunities. The victory in net goes to Hugo, and the loss goes to Rodriguez. The Harrisburg Heat now 3-14-1 on the season, climbing out of the basement and ending that 9-game skid. The other game we're keeping the eye on, the only other game in the MASL, the Dallas Sidekicks leading the Texas Outlaws 7-4. So as long as that score holds up, the Outlaws will go back into the basement. The Heat move up to number 11. All right, we're back here tomorrow. 5:05 kickoff. Get your tickets at HarrisburgHeat.com. And we hope to see you here with the Harrisburg Heat hosting Utica City. For Chad and the crew, I'm John Wilsbach. Again, our final score. The Harrisburg Heat 9, the Baltimore Blast 4. This is Harrisburg Heat Soccer on MASL TV.